you just heard there, has an interesting and potentially very expensive dilemma on his hands. We all know he's a two-way star there at Colorado. He ends his collegiate career and will enter the NFL draft. They have BYU still in their game. He edged Ashton Genty from Boise State, who rushed for just over 2,400 yards. Beat him by 214 points, which is the closest vote since 2009 when Mark Ingram II topped Stanford's Toby Gerhart by just 28 points. But here's the dilemma. This season, he played just over 1,400 snaps for the Buffaloes, more than 700 each on offense, receiver, and defense as a cornerback. Caught 92 passes over 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns, grabbed 4 interceptions and 11 passes defended. He's projected, as we know, as a top 5 pick. While no one disputes his talent, right? We can't dispute his talent. The big question is, what position will he play? Because there's a big difference. Now, I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse on this because his first contract is locked. It's the second contract is what we have to be concerned about, right? The average salary of the 5 highest paid wide receivers is just over $32 million a year. Justin Jefferson tops that at 35. For the cornerbacks, it's $10 million below that, around $21 million. Nico Collins at 24.25 is the highest. Then it's Jalen Ramsey. So the discrepancy there is it's not until his second pro contract because his rookie deal we know it's all slotted. He'll make about $40 million over 4 years. But should he go in and start as a wide receiver and make himself a brand as a wide receiver, or do you go as a corner knowing that you're going to still, down the road make less than you would as a wide receiver?
Well,
because that position is not going to change.
No, I think the wide receiver is what they prefer, but they might use him periodically as a defensive back. Deion Sanders came in as a pure corner that they would use periodically as a receiver.
Yeah.
So there's a value there, but he might be a horse of a different color with this contract saying, well, whoever drafts him would like him to do both. I would say they'll probably go, look, you're a receiver. We will play you periodically as a cornerback as needed. But to your point, it's an economical decision. I would go in as a receiver. If they want me to play corner or a slot corner or a safety, whatever, on key situations, then they might do that. Now, he may get to a point that this athlete that gets drafted might create a new market. Now, not that you're going to see this year in and year out.
Good point.
But all of a sudden you got
– he's a hybrid.
He's a hybrid. He's a guy that could say we're going to pay him receiver money but use him here and there. And then there's some teams go, well, look, we're going to pay that kind of money. We're not going to put you in harm's way on the defensive side with a chance of getting hurt. But we like the way you cover. We like the way you can roam center field, whatever it is. So I would say initially it'd be as a receiver, but they would use him once in a while as a corner or slot corner.
I see it like this. You are desperate. He's going to go to a lousy team. He's going to go to the Giants or the Raiders or the Patriots. What do they need to do? They need to get better. How does he make that team better? He's on the field on both sides of the ball. I see him playing at least his first season on both sides of the ball and maybe even into the second season because that team is lousy and they need to get incrementally better. If I'm a coach of one of those teams, I'm looking at the beginning of the year to play him on both sides.
Well, but the thing is, okay, you pay him that kind of money as a receiver and you put him out there on the defensive side.
I'm just talking rookie and second year. That's it.
Same thing. So if it's a bad team and there's more value on the offensive side, they may curtail that a little bit, but I don't think you're going to see him go both ways initially.
So if he's the top pick, number one, he'll make $42.2 million.
Okay.
If he's the fifth pick, it's $35.43
as a receiver.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, just as the pick. That's
just
what
as
they
the
pay.
pick.
So again, it's somewhere in the middle lies the truth with him.
Right, yeah.
And if he does go back and forth, they might even have return punts, kickoffs, besides receiver. But at some point, they got to the team's got to go, look, we got to protect our investment. We like him more as a receiver. We're going to hold him off. And then they might say, hey, look, if we draft you You're going to be a pure receiver. We may, keyword there,
Yeah.
play you as a
3.
defensive back once in a while.
I still think that's a mistake. I really do.
He could do both.
I know.
He could do both.
He's truly gifted at both positions, Manuch, and I believe that you would have to initially try to capitalize on that and use it as a selling point to your fan base to try to bring them back. It's because you don't have the fan base. You've lost them because your team is so bad.
I don't think anybody's lost their fan base in the NFL. I don't think anybody's losing a fan
Carolina,
base.
lots of empty seats yesterday.
Carolina's never really had a fan base.
Well, they did when they went to the Super Bowl.
They really did. Come on. My parents live there.
Yeah.
My sister lives there. Even when they were playing well, my whole family and friends and family were still supporting the other teams that they grew up watching, not Carolina.
Let me add this, guy.
Same similar here in Phoenix.
And to that point, I think that they're going to go, okay, where is this kid going to be the most impactful for us? And where can we rely on him down in and down out? It would be on the receiver side. And the only thing I could see him going in on the defensive side is third and long. Or
you're going to play him nickel?
You might play him nickel, slot corner, nickel. You could at certain situations.
Okay.
But when the NFL looks at guys on their team, where can we put a guy that's more impactful and then get him out of the way with other situations? They got to protect their investment.
I understand that.
They can't overuse the investment.
Yeah.
If they do, and he gets hurt on defense, all of a sudden you take away a home run hitter.
He could get hurt on offense. He could get hurt walking out carrying the Heisman
But
Trophy.
Jamie, what I'm saying is you want to tempt fate by playing them both ways. If they know he can hit a home run on offense at any time, why put him out there where he has a chance to pull a muscle or do whatever? They're kind of saving their investment, being conservative with it. I would think. I mean,
he's a wide receiver.
I
Put
agree.
him as a wide receiver.
I would agree.
Playing simple. Don't play both.
He's got a chance.
It's too much.
He's got
1 minute.
He's got a chance. Where's the biggest chance for him to score on every play? It's on the defensive side. It's on the offensive side.
I agree.
That's
with
how
that.
they look at their impactful players.
Okay.
And it will have a lot to do with the team he goes to.
Yeah.
Yes, so, hey, real quick, how about Navy taking care of Army? Boy, for the first time since 2021, they got the Commander-in-Chief trophy after that was 125th game between those two, and they smacked them pretty hard, 31-13. So a lot of transfer portal stuff that I was hoping to get into this segment, but we won't. Got some news with Arizona State, Kenny Dillingham, and a guy that was on campus allegedly from USC that we'll get into as well. But next,
15
the Suns and LeBron James. The social media just kind of blew up last
10.
week with all the talk of LeBron James being part of that Diddy craziness. So I want to get into that.
5.
HB is looking at maybe